Hi everybody, I am Dr. Kanan VS. Today we are going to discuss about some common eye disorders that are coming in our general practice. So first of all, we can discuss about the edema, the swelling of the eyelid. So many reasons are there for getting an edema over the eyelid. Some may be the local causes, sometimes because of some bite from the insect bite, there arise some edema or due to some inflammatory conditions or some infections. For example, conjunctivitis or some infective conditions of the glands of the eyelid, or even if the infection related to the orbit or the eyeball, that may also cause the edematous condition of the lid. And sometimes, most probably, sometimes the lid edema or the swelling that may be related with some systemic reasons. In some patients, whether the patient is diabetes mellitus, having diabetes mellitus, or having hypertension, or sometimes having some renal problem, or any other systemic diseases, there arise some lid edema. So first of all, we have to take the history of the patient. You have to find out what is the reason for the edema. Whether it is a local reason because of the local etiology, you have to go, you have to make the treatment like that only. Okay. And otherwise, whether it is because of the systemic disease, you have to find out the what is the systemic disease and we have to treat the systemic disease, or otherwise we have to refer the patient. And according to the condition, according to the edema or the swelling of the lid, different treatment modalities can be applied. Sometimes even a lepana with some different churnas or some mukkadi lepana, or otherwise EST churna or Trifala churna or Gyric churna that can be applied with milk, like a paste applied. Make a paste with the milk and we can apply over the lid. That will reduce some Rekta Pitta Dushti. Or internally, we can give some different types of medicines, Avipatti Churna, some maybe Lyadi Guliya, Punanavadi Kwada. Okay, these type of medicines also can be given internally for reducing the shova or edema of the condition, edema of the lids. There some local therapies, Bidalaga, Pindi, or internally we can give different types of medicine according to the conditions. Whether it is because of some local reason, because of some insect bite, even if it is we are giving some lepana only, that will cure the disease. Whether it may be because of the edema or the swelling, may be because of some systemic diseases, systemic reasons. We have to go through that line of treatment also. So different types of lepanas, different types of sega, and different types of internal medicines can be applied according to the condition. And then come to the next common eye problem, that is blepharitis. That is the inflammatory condition of the lid margin. According to the Ayurveda Shastra, this condition can be correlated with the Pakshmashada or the Krimigrandi according to the condition. Blepharitis, that is the inflammatory condition of the lid margin, and so many reasons are there, and so many different types of blepharitis also there. Whether the patient is having a severe dandruff problem, definitely we can find some whitish deposits that may be related with the roots of the eyelashes, and that will cause some irritations, itching over the lid margin also. That is a type of blepharitis, seborrheic type of blepharitis. In some infective condition, bacterial infective condition, that is another type of blepharitis. And bacterial ulcerative type of blepharitis is there, and sometimes parasitic type of blepharitis is there. Some parasites, some crab louse, these type of parasites can be seen that may be related to the roots of the eyelashes. Among all these conditions, there may be irritation related to the eyelashes and the lid margin. Sometimes the eyelashes may fall off. In some conditions, eyelashes may reoccur. In some other conditions, that may reoccur. According to the conditions, the seborrheic blepharitis is different, ulcerative blepharitis is different, and the parasitic blepharitis is different. So we can correlate with Pakshmashada or sometimes correlate with Krimigrandi according to our science. And when we are coming discussing about the treatment aspect, but first of all, we have to find out what is the reason. Whether it may be whether it is a seborrheic type of blepharitis, But first of all, we have to find out whether there may be severe dandruff condition. Then we have to treat the dandruff also. We have to check the scalp of the patient, whether it is because of the dandruff. First of all, we have to cure the dandruff. Then only we will get the better result. Otherwise, if you are giving any type of lepana only related to the eyelid margin, the condition will never subside. Okay, so we have to check the health status of the patient, how the patient is taking the food, how it is his ahara and vihara. That is also very important. Whether the patient is not taking the proper diet, then definitely this type of condition will arise. Whether the patient is not having proper sleep, not taking the rest, and definitely the disease will go through like that only. Whether we are giving some local medicines, then the disease won't subside. So first of all, we have to take the history of the ahara and vihara of the patients, how the patient is taking the food, and how the routine of the patients, daily routine of the patients, we have to check it out. And again, along with the medicines, we have to correct the ahara and vihara of the patients. We have to ask the patient, we have to advise the patient to take the improve the diet, take the food in good proportion with all the vitamins and minerals, and take proper rest to the eye. These are very important when we are thinking about the treatment of these conditions. And taking the balanced diet, that is also very important. And along with that, we already told that when we are checking the condition, we have to find out what is the reason behind that. Whether it may be related to some dandruff, we have to find out, we have to give some solution. We have to give the treatment for the dandruff also. Then only that will subside along with the problem, along with the eye problem also that will subside. So different types of lebanas also can be given. Different types of sega can be given. We can apply some tikta grida or sadadauda grida after cleaning the area with the trifla quada or ht quada. After properly cleaning the lid margin, then we can apply different types of lepana, different types or grida, plain grida can be applied, or sadadauda grida can be applied, or mahatikta ointment can be applied. First of all, we have to clean that area. After removing the water content, then we can apply different types of lepana. And internally also we can give different types of medicines also. Indugandha Grada, Indugandha Kashaya, Guduchadi Koda, and Avibhati Chuna. These type of medicines can also be given. So first of all, we have to find out what is the reason behind the condition, what is the proper etiology, and we have to rule out the etiology. The Sampravti Vigamnam, that is also very important. Otherwise, when we are giving only the local treatment, that condition will subside for a short period and that will reoccur. So first of all, we have to find out what is the proper reason, and we have to give the proper medicine for that particular reason also. So find out the ahara and the vihara. If there is any problem related to that, that is also very important when we are treating these type of conditions. And the next, we are going to see different types of Pidaga types of eruptions. Some different types of swellings related to the eyelid. In the first picture, second picture, and third picture, you can see different types of growth or some swellings, localized swellings related to the eyelid. When we are discussing about the etiology behind these conditions, the along these three pictures, the etiology will be almost similar. When the person is having a refractive error, for example, a person is having a refractive error, whether he or she is working for a long time without taking rest, or always rubbing her or his eyes with the fingers after touching the nose, and without taking proper rest, without taking proper sleep, and in the night time constantly using the mobiles. These type of conditions will create these type of pitagas, these type of localized swellings of the eyelid, because so many different types of glands are related to the eyelid. So the etiology behind these type of swellings will be almost similar, but in some condition there may be a severe pain. In some condition there won't be that much pain. In some condition the swelling may be almost related to the lid margin. In some conditions the swelling may be away from the lid margin. In some condition there may be a pus formation. In some there won't be any pus formation, and sometimes the pus formation, the pus point can be seen in the palpebral conjunctiva. In some other pedagogical like eruptions, the pus point can be seen related to the cilia. So according to the condition, according to the pathology behind the diseases, the clinical presentation will be different. But the etiology behind these conditions almost is similar only. These type of refractory errors, eye strain, unbalanced diet, and not taking proper rest. These also arise. Always rubbing the eyelid with the fingers after touching the nose when the patient is having some nasal problem with some rhinitis. After touching the nose, after cleaning the nose with the same fingers when the patient is rubbing his or her eye. Definitely, this may be the etiology behind the problem. So that when the infection or the inflammation is affecting different types of glands of the eyelid, the clinical presentation will be different. When it is affecting the glands of cyst or mole, the swelling will be related to the lid margin only. When the infection or inflammation is related to the meibomian gland, the condition will be different. In meibomian gland swelling, when we are discussing about the internal hordeolum, the swelling may be away from the lid margin. When the inflammation or infection affecting the glands of cyst or mole, the swelling that will be more related to the lid margin, and when the pus is formed, the pus point can be seen related to the cilia. In some the infective condition of the meibomian gland, when the pus is formed, the pus point can be seen, most probably seen inside the lid that is in the palpebral conjunctiva. And in some conditions, there won't be any pus formation. There is a non-suppurative granulomatous condition of the meibomian gland also, that is a chalazion. So the different types of eruptions, localized swelling may be arise because of a common etiology. So we have to find out what is the reason behind that, and whether it may be a internal hordeolum or a external hordeolum or a chalazion. Most of the times the etiology will be the same like that only, but the clinical presentation will be different. So when we are discussing about the treatment, first of all, we have to apply some localized methodology. We have to apply some localized treatment. Different types of Kriya Kalpas, Netra Kriya Kalpas can be applied. Different types of lepana or hot fermentation or cold fermentation. Means cold compresses can be applied. We can give some hot compresses with the coda itself only. When it is in the cyst gland or meibomian gland, apply some hot compress in the lid towards the opening of the glands. That is also very important. The glands are opening in the lid margin or related to the cilia. So the pressure should be applied towards the opening of the lid glands. This type of hot compressors and different types of Sega and even the different types of Lebana with the Mukadi or Triphala Churna or ST Churna, this will relieve the conditions. The different types of Lebana can be applied, and internally also we can give different types of medicines. Some Tikta Quad, Punarabadi Quad, Adipattigara Churna, Triphala Gugulo, Manjishta Quad, and different types of eye drops can also be given. Okay, this will relieve the condition. This will relieve the condition, but after all, we have to find out what is the proper reason behind that. If without finding out the proper reason behind the condition, if you are subsiding the problem, after sometimes that there may be a chance of reoccurrence. So we have to find out whether the person is having any refractive error. So whether the person is having a refractive error and he or she is not wearing the spectacles and properly always working without using spectacles, then we have to advise the patient to use the spectacles while doing the work. So this type of clearing the etiology, finding out the etiology behind the disease, that is also very important. So first of all, we have to clear the ahara and vihara. First of all, we have to find out what is the reason behind these conditions, and we have to advise the patients to take different types of medicines also. For subsiding the acute conditions, we can give different types of lebanas, different types of segas. Internally, different types of medicines can be given according to the conditions. Whether it is relieving the means with the hara treatment line of treatment can be applied. Manjishadi Koda, Quad, Tikta Grud, Trifla Gugulu, Pranavadi Quad. These type of different types of internal medicines can be given, and different types of Devana can also be applied with ST Chun, Trifla Chun, or Mukadi Devana, or Marmagulia, Kartavat. These type of medicines can also apply as a Devana, and hot compresses also can be given according to the condition. So different types of medicines are there, but first we have to think that what is the reason behind these conditions. So we have to clear the etiology. We have to find out the etiology behind the condition, and we have to clear the reason behind these conditions. That is also very important. Next one, this picture, this commonly we can see in different types of patients. There's a sometimes a being shaped discoloration, yellowish discoloration related to the medial canthus, and most probably in the upper lid, and lower lid also we can see most probably related to the medial canthus of the both lids. This is a xanthelasma. Generally, the name of disease is xanthelasma. Generally, there won't be any treatment. There is no need of any treatment. We have to advise the patient. Sometimes there may be some cosmetic reason, but we have to advise that if you are removing it also sometimes, and there may be a reoccurrence. There may be a chance of reoccurrence is more. So sometimes the patient's this condition is related to the hyperlipidemia, hypercholesteremia. So we have to advise the patients, don't worry about these conditions, and we have to pacify the patient. So normally there is no need of any treatment. We are giving any Lepana also, and there are less chance of curing this problem. And whether the patient is going for some lesser treatment also, there are more chances of reoccurrence. So we have to advise the patients, there is no need to afraid of this condition. This is a normal condition only. And some condition, whether we are controlling the lipid or cholesterol, higher lipid or cholesterol, then some chances of subsiding this problem. And this is a common condition we already find, we can see in different types of patients. This is ecchymosis of the conjunctiva or subconjunctival hemorrhage. In our Shastra, we can call it as Arjuna. There is a fresh blood is accumulated in the subconjunctival region. Sometimes the whole sclera that is discolored. The patient and the relatives are also afraid of these conditions because the fresh blood is appeared all over the, sometimes the whole sclera will be discolored with the fresh blood. So the patient will be afraid, that relatives will be also afraid of the conditions. So if this type of conditions, when you're approaching, first of all, we have to find out what is the reason behind that conditions. Whether it is due to a blunt injury, or otherwise sometimes in conditions, even a even a nail prick, or even vomiting, or a strain during the defecation also will arise this type of subconjunctival hemorrhage. So finding out the reason, that is also very important. So if the person is having some high BP, so sometimes in high BP patients also, this type of condition may arise when the patient is straining or during some vomiting. This type of condition may arise. So in another types, when the patient is having a head injury or a blunt injury over the eyeball, this type of hemorrhage will arise. So we have to find out, we have to take the thorough history of the patient. Whether the patient is having a head injury or a blunt injury over the eye, we have to find out, we have to rule out whether there is no vitreous hemorrhage or retinal hemorrhage. Otherwise, because of a local or a minor injury with a nail prick or during a strain, during some vomiting or sneezing, whether this type of condition is arised, then we can treat it properly. Normally, whether it is because of some a minor injury, there is no need of any treatment. If you are giving a sterile water as a eye drop also, or whether we are not giving any medicine also, within 14 to 20 days, this will subside slowly. First of all, we have to take the history of the patients. That is also very important. We have to find out whether this condition is not because of any head injury or not because of any blunt injury of the eyeball. So if it is because of any head injury or blunt injury over the eyeball, we have to rule out internal hemorrhage. That is also very important. Whether it is because of some minor injury, even because of some nail prick, or sometimes because of straining, or in some high BP patients. Okay, then we can give different types of medicines also. Whether we are not giving any medicines also, this will subside after 2 or 3 weeks. This will subside slowly. So different types of, again, we can discuss different types of label and different types of Sega, ST Sega, ST quad Sega, triple quad Sega. That's also can be applied. First of all, you can give some cold compressors after some time, 3 to 4 days after. We can give some hot compressors. That is like given for reducing the congestion, reducing the discoloration of this subconjunctival area. So first of all, we have to give proper assurance to the patients, because when the patient is seeing this type of discoloration, the patient will be afraid, or the relatives will be afraid. So we have to assure the patient that there won't be that much problem, and we can give some placebo type of treatment also. I already told that if we are giving some a plain water also as a drop, eye drop, this will subside. Because if we are not giving a medicine also, if there is a major issue, then this will subside after a time. Within 14 to 20 days, this will subside slowly. So we can give different types of eye drops. We can give some Sega, and this will slowly subside after some time. And then dry eye or Shushkakshipaga. Dry eye can compare with our science Shushkakshipaga. So dry eye can be happen in different ways. Different types etiologies are there. Sometimes there will be more evaporation of the tear, or there is sometimes there may be a difficult defective production of the tear film will be there. Sometimes a mucus content or lipid content or the aqueous content, the production will be defected. So these type of condition will generate the dry of the patient. If the patient is having a history of constant work, for example, constant work in front of a computer or a laptop for more than 8 to 9 hours, then without blinking, without the proper eye blinking, the patient have to work for a long time. This will create some um, this will create the evaporation, more evaporation of the tear film, and that will create the dry eye. So we have to find out what is the reason behind that, what is the reason behind the dry eye, and we have to correct that type of condition also. Whether the patient is working as a condition, then we have to correct the problem. If in between the working also, he has to blink his eyes in a particular time also. That is also very important. And along with that, we have to give some internal medicines. We have to give some local applications, different types of anjanas, vasanjanas, and when ST Sega, and Tripla Sega, internally Tripla Grida, or as in Pratimastanasya, Anvela can also be given. And for Shiro Abhenga, different types of Taila can be also be given. So these will relieve the condition. This will means give better result in dry eye also, because in nowadays most of the students they have to use the system, they have to use the mobile for their study purpose. So constantly when they are using the system, definitely there may be more evaporation of the tear film, more irritation will be there. So we have to find out what is the reason behind that. And first of all, we have to correct the working habit of the patients, and along with that we have to give these type of medicines also. As a Dinajari procedure, we can give different types of medicines. We can give Anudaya as a Pratimasanasya, and we can give some different Devana for applying over the lid also. Even for example, Shirabala, Avarti, this type of tail can also be given for local massage over the eyelid and Pratimasanasya, and different types of tail can be given for Shiro being also. This will means give good result in dry eye Shushkakshipaga. So next, come to different types of conjunctivitis. This already we are also experienced, and so many patients also coming with conjunctivitis. Different types of inflammatory conditions will be there in the conjunctiva. So the allergic conjunctivitis is also a common feature. Sometimes that may be associated with the nasal problem. So allergic rhinitis may be associated with allergic conjunctivitis. So we have to think about the condition, etiology of the patient. Along with that, we have to give the medicines. So if you are only giving some local application, the condition won't subside. So internally also we have to give the proper medicines to relieving the allergic conditions of the patients. The Hydrogandam, Indugandam, Guam, these are the good result in relieving these conditions. So in some allergic conditions, in some children, whether the children is having some different types of allergic conjunctivitis, for example, flutenular keratoconjunctivitis. So that may be associated with some worm infestation of the intestine. So we have to find, we have to think about that line also. So some children, they are coming with this type of allergic irritation, allergic conjunctivitis in the eye. We have to give some Krimigara chills also. Even the Krimiknemadi or Vitanga without giving any local application also, that will give good result. So we have to think some children when they are coming with some allergic reaction in the eye, especially some allergic conjunctivitis, we have to think about the Krimigara chills also. That is also very important. So next one is viral conjunctivitis. That's a common factor. Some episodes will be there. So viral conjunctivitis also, according to the condition, we can give different types of medicines. As a Sega also, sometimes we can give a Lodra quad. With the Lodra churn, we can prepare some quad and we can give as a Sega. So after some time, we can give some Trifla quad as a Sega and ST quad as a Sega. So according to the condition, whether it is a Legana type or a Lobana type or a Prasadana type, according to the condition, we can give different types of Sega. And internally also, we can give different type of medicines. Punavadi quad, Sudarsanam Gulihyam, these type of Avipati Chuan, these type of medicines also given internally also. So different, what are the eye drops we are available in Ayurvedic aspect, we can also give this type of medicines also. So this type of conditions, we have to find out what is the etiology, allergic type, that's also very important. Whether this may be related to some krimi. So we have to give, definitely we have to give some Krimikara medicines. That's also very important. So next come to the another level of the means the diabetic patients, the glaucomatous condition, presbyopia, cataract, refractive error. These are a common signs and symptoms of when the patients are coming to our general OPD. So when the patients they are coming with diabetes mellitus, when they are coming to a general consultation, so advise the patient whether the patient is having a history of more than 15 to 20 years of diabetes mellitus. So advise the patient to take a ophthalmic consultations once in a year. That's also very important. So sometimes the patient will think that the diabetes mellitus, that is a in controlled manner. Then also the duration of the disease, that is a very important factor in generating the diabetic retinopathy. So whether the patient is having a history of more than 15 to 20 years of diabetes mellitus, so definitely the patient should take a ophthalmic investigation, ophthalmic consultation. That is also very important. Whether the patient is telling that his or her diabetes mellitus is in controlled manner with medicines, then also the patient should be advised to take a ophthalmic consultation, and the proper examination of the fundus is also very important. So in come to the glaucomatous conditions, after the year of 40, it is better to advise the patients to take once they have to check the IOP of the eyeballs. That is also very important, especially whether the patient is having diabetes mellitus, high BP, or some other conditions, some systemic diseases. Definitely, the patient should be advised to take once they have to take the IOP checkup. Okay, that's also very important because in some conditions of the glaucoma, when the patient is having some, after getting some severe condition, then only the patient will realize that there arise some glaucoma. Okay, that's also very important. So after the age of 40, in general practice, we have to advise the patients once they have to consult an ophthalmologist and once they have to check the IOP of the eyeballs. That is also very important. The presbyopia that will come after the age of 40. So that's also common common clinical conditions. And the cataract also. In cataract also, we can see different types of cataract in our general practice also. So whether it is a surgical one, whether it is need a surgery, we have to advise the patient to take the surgery. And in refractive error also, and different types of refractive errors are there, and we have to refer the patient to the ophthalmologist, whether they are coming to the general practice, whether the condition, because in some condition we already discussed that different types of eye diseases in common practice, general practice, that the reason behind that condition, that may be a reason of refractive error. So we have to advise the patient whether the patient is having refractive error. We have to advise the patient to consult an ophthalmologist. That is something important. So in general practice, we will get the diabetes mellitus patients. So we have to advise the patient to consult the ophthalmologist once in a year or once in a 6 months. That is according to the condition. So in glaucoma also, presbyopia, cataract, refractive error. So we can give advice to the patients to consult the ophthalmologist. That's all. So thank you everyone. Okay.